Hi everybody. Not sure how this works. This is the first time I've been doing this. I've done this, so here we go. So I wanted to make this video because I've been having a lot of things happen lately that I think to myself, this is maybe the difference between me and someone else. As in, I get a lot of signs and I follow them. Now, everybody else is getting signs too. And so that's why I just want to chat about it a little bit, just to let everybody know what to look out for. So I've been feeling a little bit lost lately, so it's kind of interesting that the signs have been coming up. It's not interesting, it's divine timing. That's kind of when signs tend to come, but that's when we're least looking for them. Because we're kind of all muddled in our own head. So I'll just start with one of the signs that I noticed, just to let you know. Okay, so this was last week when I was feeling really muddled. I felt a spirit around me. I've had some people pass recently, so I kind of felt one of them, and I just got this feeling to go out onto my deck. So I went out onto my deck, and I got the feeling to look out onto my grass, which we all do. We all get that nudge, like, oh, I really want to go outside or whatever. And then I kept looking at this black thing on my grass. I kept looking at this black thing on my grass, and I was like, oh, whatever. And I even said to myself in my mind, I wonder if that's a message for me, but we all get distracted. I got distracted. I let it go. Then later on in the evening, there was a big black feather on my deck, and my husband said, oh, our son found it. It was right there. And that's exactly what it was. So it was a feather. I had been drawn to go to my deck to look out to see this feather, but because I was so distracted in my mind, I didn't see that. I didn't pick up the feather and get the message. But sometimes the universe will push anyways. Like, it sent my son there to go get the feather and then bring it to me later on. So just keep your mind open for things like that. So feathers are messages from those above. So that was when I wasn't really paying attention. So this week I've been paying attention more. So just today, actually, I was sitting actually on my island, and sometimes I get fleeting things go in my vision, and whenever that happens, it really catches my attention, and I think I gotta go, right? So I saw something run across my deck, and I went outside, and as soon as I was outside, right there was a robin in my face. And I thought, like, that's really interesting. And it stood there forever. Like, it would have stayed as long as I stayed. And I thought, well, okay, I should look up what a robin means, in which case I'll show you the book I have. But yes, I was going to look up a robin. I came inside, I got distracted. Then I just happened to see a robin again on my deck, just from my window, and oh, I should look up a robin. Never did. Then I'm downstairs about 10 minutes later, and we have a little tiny window in my basement, and there was a different robin that popped down into the well of the window there with a worm in its mouth, and it just stayed there while I was down in the basement looking at it, and it stayed and it stayed and it stayed, and I was like, okay, I gotta go look what a robin means. So these are the signs that we get, and these are the sorts of things that I do on a daily basis, and just like everyone else, I get distracted and I don't follow the signs. So we're all getting signs, where it's just whether or not we are listening to them. So I'll show you the book I have, that book that I use, because I've actually gotten quite a few questions about where I get my answers. So this is the book I use. Oh, and it's backwards. So I'll tell you what it says. It says Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen Farmer. Okay? It's Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen Farmer. And so I looked up the robin, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. It basically says that it's time. And I had been pulling cards, and the cards kept saying that I have a desire to move on. Spirit, like, in that, there's something else out there that I really want to do. And so that's when you're starting to feel stagnant. So wouldn't you know it, that a robin is the same thing. Time to move on, feeling stagnant, that I'm going to start to grow, but it's going to be really slowly. So all these things go along. When you pull cards, those are signs. When you feel something, that's a sign. When you see animals that just keep repeating itself, that's a sign. I have two more things I'll let you know that were signs. And the first one was Okay, first one was I have not been feeling the greatest. So anyways, I went out with a friend and she said, oh, I'm doing this thing where I'm drinking, and it was very specific. I'm drinking half, so you take your body weight, let's say you weigh 150 pounds or whatever it is. So you take half of that, so that would be 75, and you drink 75 ounces then. So you take half your body weight and then drink that in ounces. And as soon as she said it, I could feel it. Like that was like, I hadn't been feeling well, that someone had kind of pushed her from above to mention this to me. And also that she was getting out and walking, that was something they had to do. Wouldn't you know it, I didn't listen to it, but every day it kept repeating in my mind. That's how you know it's a sign, because every day you think about what that sign was and what happened, but you get distracted and you don't do it. Then I'm doing this online course, and one of the things in the course was word for word, the lady, the individual I was watching on my course, hi Scott, love you. Anyways, the individual who was teaching said, to have your energy high, to make your soul want to stay in your body, to make you feel good on an energetic level, not just a physical level, you need to drink half your body weight in ounces. So word for word what my friend had said. So that's how you know that it's a sign, because you not receive it once, you receive it twice, sometimes 3 times, or somebody brings it to you, like my son had brought me that feather. So there you go. Those are the things. It's like the universe keeps pushing you. So I had been directed to go get that feather and I didn't, and then it was given to me. I had been directed to hear what my friend had said about the water, because I had been really praying and asking to feel better. And then I didn't listen, and then I heard it word for word again, very specifically, within a short period of time. These are how I know they're signs, because it can't be coincidence, it can't be serendipity, it's on purpose, it's God, it's the universe answering our prayers, right? And so the last one I have, I posted a video yesterday that really actually made me feel like, yes, we are all missing the point of life. Basically, it's the post I posted just before this one. So if you take a look, I think it says Jenna's message, and she had got a diagnosis that she had a terminal illness of cancer. And so she realized she wasn't living life right. She had to live it very on purpose. And she talked a lot about just like letting things go, that it's all about enjoying yourself, enjoying people, just really having fun with life, that sort of thing, and being happy, mostly just being happy, right? And so today I pulled a card, and these are messages from people who have passed, which I don't really pull cards from that very often, but I really got the feeling like I needed to pull a card from there, and then a card jumped out, and wouldn't you know it, and again, you probably won't be able to read it, but I'll show it to you and I'll read it. It says, if I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. So again, another message, because just yesterday, not even 12 hours ago, I posted that video, Jenna's message, about the fact that if we all were dying, we'd live differently because we'd have a finite amount of time. And then this morning I pulled this card that says, if I had only known then, as in when I was living, now that I've passed, what I know now, I would have lived differently. Because it's different. It's more than what we're doing right now. Life is more than what we're doing right now. It's very simple. It's about just following your joy and being with people, eating good food, listening to good music, helping others, taking care of ourselves. It's very simple, but we make it really complicated. Anyways, thanks guys for listening to this video and watching it. Just a little bit about signs. I just wanted to let everybody know that everybody is getting signs. And just like me, you're probably just missing them. And so pay attention, because it'll send it to you 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, tons of times. And keep asking. The more you ask, the more they send. And if you're not seeing it, it's just because you're missing it. It's there. Okay, love you guys. Bye from Shannon from Spirit Wellness.